Once again, guys, this is Nick Pell delivering you another book review straight from my room. Today's book is Shakespeare's Othello, which I read from the Riverside Shakespeare. I recommend this. It has every Shakespeare thing that he's ever wrote. So, yeah, if you are a Shakespeare fan and want to see everything, it's got tragedies, comedies, sonnets, whatnot. So yeah, pick that up if you are a fan of Shakespeare. Now, the first thing that I'm going to talk about today is the characters. First things first, the main character of the novel and its title character is Othello. Othello is basically the captain of the city. And right away at the start of the novel, he marries his wife, Desdemona. She is basically the one who a bunch of tragic things happen to in this book. There's one of these in every single book or play or whatever that either Shakespeare writes or any novel that you will read. There's always one character who will have every horrible thing happen to them. Basically, the second main character of this book is Iago. He is basically Othello's second in command. He's his supposedly most loyal friend. He's also the main villain in this play. Nice little fact to know. Iago is basically one of the most ruthless characters in all of Shakespeare. He's basically very jealous of Othello. And once he marries Desdemona, he sees a way to basically make Othello's life extremely miserable. And I'll get to that in the plot sequence of this review. The fourth main guy in this book is Cassio. He is basically used by Iago in a number of ways to set up Othello into thinking a certain way about his wife. And then you also have Rodrigo, who is basically Iago's accomplice in this whole play. And then you also have Emilia, who is Iago's wife. All these characters play a very vital role in the play. None of them are basically side characters. And yeah, that's about it for characters then. On to the plot. Plot, as I said before, starts out with Othello marrying Desdemona. He marries her without her father's permission, which is basically what the first act is made up of. As the story goes on, you learn that Iago is very jealous of Othello's conquests and his position, and decides to get vengeance against him. As far as I could tell, Othello did nothing to him, and he just wants to be a bad guy. Now, the course of this play consists of Iago basically trying to turn Othello's marriage downward. He spends basically the entire play manipulating Othello into thinking that Desdemona is cheating on him with Cassio. And that is what the majority of the play consists of. In very classic Shakespeare ending for a tragedy. Iago basically uses Rodrigo and Emilia in order to further develop his scheme, which he does very effectively. I'm not going to spoil any main events because that would be just a dick move on my part. Okay, on to themes. There's justice, which is a common theme that occurs throughout basically the whole book. Justice is done very well because you see that's more of a theme towards the end, and basically a theme throughout Othello's part of the story. Him trying to figure out when he thinks that Desdemona is cheating on him, what the best form of justice in the situation would be. And he struggles with that immensely. There's good and evil, which is basically in every single book that you read in one way, shape, or form. Basically every character besides Iago is represented as good. Iago is the sole bad guy. Basically uses Rodrigo and Emilia to develop a scheme. Excuse me. And then the love and trust versus hate and vengeance is a theme that resonates throughout the whole book and makes it what it is for Othello. So, on to enjoyment. I really enjoyed this play. It was, let's see here now, probably around the 5th Shakespeare play I've read, because I've read Romeo and Juliet, Julius Caesar, Hamlet, Much Ado About Nothing, and then Othello. I think that's all of them. I feel like I'm missing one, but whatever. Yeah, so it's the 5th one that I've read. Very good. It's one that I've wanted to read for a while. If you're a fan of Shakespeare, tragedies, or just basically of good plays in general, I would highly recommend this. One little note that I want to leave you with: if you do plan on reading this play, I would recommend watching the Kenneth Branagh version of Othello act by act. Like, read Act 1 and then watch Act 1 in the movie, because it helps visualize the story so much better. If you're not used to reading Shakespeare like me, I've read 5 throughout like the last 4 years, so it's not a very usual thing for me to read, but I enjoy it, so that's why I bought the whole massive Riverside edition thing. That's my review. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and the usual gibberish and whatnot. So, I believe that's all. My name's Nick Appel. Once again, thank you for watching this, and keep on reading.